Good evening, everybody. I am student meteorologist Justin Williams here to give you your updated North Georgia weather forecast. So this is the lightning mapper off of GOES, and basically the colors represent a number of lightning flashes per 5 minutes. So I gave it away. But the red, purple regions represent very, very high density of lightning strikes, and they range all the way from Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, all the way down into Mississippi. And that is quite concerning, as we could have a potential for widespread severe outbreak, as lightning is a very good proxy for severe weather. Either it is happening or it is developing and will happen. It is a good proxy for that. And some parameters that we need to take a look at is going to be CAPE and shear. This is CAPE, and basically what CAPE is just the instability of the environment. Higher values such as 2,000, 1,500, that is more than enough, especially in the southeast, for things to really get firing off here and for storms to start getting severe, for updrafts to start getting very strong to support even stronger thunderstorms. And as we get into shear here, values of 70 all the way through northern Alabama, all the way into Ohio. That is very concerning also. The higher the shear, the more likely some of these could start turning into supercells or very strong squall lines. So almost all the possibilities, they are occurring or will be occurring tonight. Let's take a look at a model run to try to get an idea of when these storms will be affecting us here in North Georgia. So as you guys can see, 8 o'clock tonight, there might be some rain in parts, but the big story will be hitting us probably around 10 or 11 o'clock tonight. So we have some of those higher values finally reaching us, and will be bringing us some heavy downpours and some chances for severe weather in terms of severe straight line winds, 50, 60 miles per hour, and some chances for some spotty tornadoes, especially here in the south, or more or less west Georgia. And they should be moving out by about 8 a.m. tomorrow. Well, let's take a look at some of the things that could impact the severity of these storms. And one thing is moisture. More moisture being evected into the area increases the CAPE, and if the CAPE is increased, then that will increase the instability of the environment, making thunderstorms that much powerful. So as we go along here, we can see an influx of moisture into Alabama, into Georgia here as you go into overnight, and that is not good, especially for southern central Alabama, southern central Georgia. That is not a good sign. But you can clearly see the cold front moving through right to the trailing edge of these storms, and it should be pushing these storms out of Georgia by about 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. in the morning. But let's take a look at surface-based CAPE, kind of projected in the future. So this is now about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. And you can see significant CAPE values, 1,400, 1,500 down in southern central Alabama here. And you can see as we go along into the night, some of these will be going upwards, going north, and will be going east. And that is bad news, especially for central Georgia and south central Georgia, as there is a very good chance that we could see some significant severe weather going into tonight. Unfortunately, all the things are starting to add up here for Georgia to see a decent, significant severe weather outbreak here, with most of the meteorological variables all in play: hail, tornado, straight line winds, maybe some flash flooding in some places with very significant downpours. All these are all very possible. As we go into the night, CAPE will start dying down as this starts heading out of Georgia. This is the SPC weather outlook, and you can see, if you've kept up with this, April 1st, it did not have this little almost this bulge into Georgia. It was more or less ovally or eclipsy, but this is new. They saw that advection of that warm, moist air, especially southern central Alabama and into Georgia, and they picked up on this increased CAPE and increased potential for instability that these storms will feed off tonight. So as we go in, tornadoes mostly going to be more prevalent up north, about a 15% within Kentucky and Ohio. But still, 10% within this region, this is more than enough for everyone to be concerned and for everyone to be watching for tonight. As a strong isolated tornado, especially in the southern central parts of Georgia and in the southern central parts of Alabama, will be possible. And as we go into with hail 30%, especially within this red area, same thing. These storms will be good producers of hail due to the increased CAPE. Not significant hail like we saw out in Texas yesterday with softball size, but some hail will be possible. That cannot be ruled out either. But of course, as we go into tomorrow, it is important that we look out for all of this stuff, all these severe parameters, as most of it will be very probable. Once again, I appreciate you guys for watching, and go Dogs.